What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today, me and Leo are here to preview and predict WWE Survivor Series War Games, as William Regal would say. We're here to preview the show that will be going on tomorrow night, live on Peacock and WWE Network elsewhere. I'm excited. I'm excited for this show. Leo, are you looking forward to the show?
Absolutely. As we all know, since Triple H took over, the pay-per-views have definitely leveled up compared to Vince McMahon and his whole run. I definitely think even though Raw and SmackDown can be hit or miss with the pay-per-views, have definitely been must-watch. And
Oh
this
yeah,
will be another one.
most definitely. Like I'm looking forward to this show. Like Survivor Series is one of these shows that needed like a revamp. Like because doing the whole like brand supremacy Raw versus SmackDown was kind of getting old a little bit. But
Yeah,
now that you add War Games into it, I'm enjoying this. Like this is gonna be really fun to watch. And like yeah, the last time I was excited for a Survivor Series was probably back in 2019 when NXT was involved. That's the last
yes,
time I was excited, or even back in like 2009 or around that time. That's when
yes.
like, or even 2014 was a pretty decent one when you had the debut of Sting. Yeah, that really good Survivor Series match.
You sure did.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the show. Might see some returns on the show. You got a lot of surprises that could happen. And we got Tino's time in the comments. He said, "I'm still waiting." Yeah, I already scheduled this video a while back, and I was going to do this a few days ago. But hey, things got in the way. But hey, we're doing this now, though. Hey, but Tino, thank you for showing up, my man. But let's go ahead and get started with this preview and prediction show, shall we?
Let's do it.
So the first match that we're going to talk about is the women's War Games match. We got Team Bianca Belair, which is Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Mia Yim, and we also have Asuka and a mystery partner.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who that's going to be yet. And then against them, we got Damage Control, Bailey, Dakota Kai, Rhea Ripley. Who else is there? We got Io Sky, about color Io Shirai,
Yeah,
and she was part of, what's her name? Nikki Cross. There we go. The
yeah.
name was blank in my mind. So, Leo, let me ask you this: who do you think the mystery person is going to be for Team Bianca?
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one because that could go different. There could be different scenarios. They can do just about anybody. You have anybody from Beth Phoenix to Becky Lynch to Charlotte to Sasha Banks to Naomi, just to name a
Hmm.
few. To even people like Tegan Knox coming in and Candice LeRae. You have even Dana Brooke. Even it could be any one of those women that I just named. But I'm gonna have to go with Becky Lynch. I think it might be the most obvious, but I feel like it makes sense in the story that they're trying to tell.
Hmm.
You have Sasha.
Sasha. I mean, the show is going to be in Boston, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is Sasha. But there's three people who I could see. Number one is Becky Lynch. I think she's, like you said, she's the most obvious pick.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is Sasha Banks. I mean, this is her hometown. I would love to
Correct.
see Sasha Banks, but it's kind of a long shot to see Sasha Banks. But I would love to see. I think she doesn't come without Naomi, which I was thinking maybe, this is kind of WWE booking right here, but like typical WWE booking. Maybe they injure someone, maybe like Mia Yim. They injure her,
Yeah,
and they have so they need to find another mystery person. So they bring in Naomi and Sasha Banks. I
and
think
that could come out of that. You can have them go after the tag team titles, probably.
true. You can do that. So I mean that's a possibility that can happen. You even said Tegan Knox. I mean, she has some history with Dakota Kai. When that,
Turning on her.
yeah, you had that because what was that back in
That was
2018 or 2019? No, that was
let
in.
me check.
I'm
Let
not
me check
sure what
that
year
out.
that was. It was one of those years.
I
It was
remember
like,
that one.
yeah, it's like Dakota Kai turned on Tegan Knox, which
Yeah, that was
com-
2019. 2019. I'm pretty sure that was
um
2019.
Yeah, it was one of those years. But yeah, I think it's going to be Becky Lynch. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Charlotte because, we're wondering when is Charlotte going to be returning? When's she going to be returning to WWE? And it's been quite a while, so I won't be surprised if she comes back. But there's been a lot of speculations she might go elsewhere, which I mean, who knows? But yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be Becky Lynch. And let me ask you another question:
Hmm.
Who do you think is going to be the two women that start the match?
Ooh, I would love to see this happen,
Hmm.
just to see how these two women can actually do in a match. And we haven't really seen them do one on one. I would love to see Asuka and Io start the match.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Asuka and Io. Like I remember a couple weeks ago on Raw where they had a crazy heated promo. They were talking in Japanese,
Yes, that was funny.
and then she was I think it was Io who kept saying stupid, 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 and kept calling Asuka stupid in Japanese. Baka, baka, baka. That's what stupid means.
Yeah,
And she just kept
pretty
saying
much.
it over and over again. And then right at the end, Io called her a bitch at the end, which I thought was hilarious. Like, and they have really good chemistry. I mean, they were partners back on the independent scene over in Japan and stuff. So that'd be awesome to see them square off at the beginning. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, or maybe they do even Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley starting off the match. That would be pretty interesting.
They could.
But I think it's going to be Io and Asuka start the match. And as it goes for who wins the match, I definitely think it's going to be. I don't think you have the faces, like the face team end up like losing, like with the mystery person. If it is going to be if it is going to be Becky Lynch, she's not losing. She's not come back to losing her first match. But now maybe if it's somebody like a Candice LeRae or like a Dana
Dana
Brooke
Brooklyn.
or like a Dude Dropper or something like that,
The
maybe
only,
they give it to Damage Control. I don't know, but I
yeah,
definitely
I feel
think
like that. I do
I
feel
feel like
that.
the faces are going to go over here. I feel like Bianca's team is going to win. But Leo, who do you think is going to win?
So going back to what you just said, like if they do bring someone like a Candace or a Dana Brooke, even though I said Dana Brooke makes story sense because she's been facing them over the last few weeks leading up to the pay per view, which would make sense. Even though with those other people like the bigger names, you could hold off on those people till the Rumble, which would be even better to build more intrigue for them. But if you was to bring someone like that in, I could. Here's my pick. I could see it happening. I can see this possibly leading to maybe a match at the Rumble. What if Rhea Ripley ends up pinning Bianca in this match, and this leads to both of them having a match at the Rumble for the title? And she doesn't sometimes, and even in the match, you don't have to pin the champion. They can the Damage Control. They can literally pin maybe Asuka or maybe Alexa in the match, and then either way, Rhea could come out of it and say, "I want you for a championship. We were supposed to fight and Money in the Bank. Never got my opportunity. Here I am."
Rhea Ripley. I mean, I think she's won a War Games match. I think
She did
back in what year?
2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, yeah, she
Shayna
won it.
Baszler
Yeah, she won it for her team.
pinning Shayna
So
Baszler.
I wouldn't be surprised if they. I thought she also did it in 2020 as well. I might be mistaken.
No, I
I don't
think she
know.
got called up to main roster by then.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that would happen. But I'm gonna stay. Yeah, the faces win here because like you don't have the Mister Person like I said. If it's gonna be Becky Lynch,
She
she's
ain't
not
taking the
coming.
pin. No.
She's not coming back to lose. And I think that maybe. I wonder who do you think is gonna take the pin in the match? If like,
Um,
because who do you think? Who do you say you have winning?
I do have Damage Control just because I think coming out of this, you want to have Rhea Ripley challenge for the title,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you could still keep the team looking strong even in defeat because it's a War Games match.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would probably still be protected even in a loss here. So I definitely would have the heels winning. I definitely think after this, Baylor's gonna go off and do her thing, keep being part of EO and Dakota, helping them keep the tag titles. But if who's taking the pin here, I don't. I could see maybe Bianca taking a pin. I mean,
Really?
She doesn't lose. She doesn't get pinned much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember when we go back to Clash of the Castle, we all thought that maybe either Asuka or Alexa were gonna take the pin, but no, they end up having the, Bianca take the pin here. So maybe they do that again, and Rhea Ripley's the one to pin her.
Okay. I think that so I picked Team Bianca to win. So I definitely think that maybe Nikki Cross can maybe take the pin. I mean, she's not affiliated with like any of like Judgment Day or Damage
No,
Control.
but she could
So
do that with the. If you have anybody from Bianca's team,
mm-hmm,
pin anybody on Bailey's team, it's not going to be Rhea. She's too strong right now.
mm-hmm.
Bailey, there's a you could see her getting pinned, but I don't think they should. She's taking too many losses as of right now. Maybe Dakota or Io, if anybody on that team was to take the pin.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good match. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be maybe the best War Games match at night. It could possibly could be. And I think we're gonna see a big spot from Io Sky off the top of the
Oh
cage
yeah.
because I
Mhm.
remember a few years ago we had her do a big spot off the top of the cage. Like I think it was like out of a trash can or something like that.
Yeah, off the top, I was like, why would she do that?
She's crazy. That's why she's crazy. She's cuckoo in the head. Like she's crazy.
Oh yeah, she's
um,
very that.
But we will move on to the next match here, which we have is the United States Championship match. We got Seth freaking Rollins defending the title against Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. Tell me, how is Austin Theory going to win this match? How is he going to become the new United States champion? Tell me, how is he going to win?
Hmm. I mean, if you was to tell me, when I'm this is a tough one actually when you think about it, because they took the briefcase off of Theory and he's been going on this different direction, and I'm liking this new version of Theory. Like he's no longer this kid; he's a man, and he's going out there putting in work. He's actually stepping up to the plate, taking on bigger people. As when he lost that briefcase, in my opinion, that's the best thing that can happen for his character. Since then, he's been undefeated, beating people. Before, when he was Mr. Money Bank, he was always running away. He wouldn't even dare step up to Bobby Lashley. But now, I think this is what you call a reset. This is what's going on with him. It's a total reset,
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely think it's well needed. Now, if my opinion, it's like, okay, who is going to take the pin in this match? Because Bobby, he can't really take a pin because he's trying to. They want to keep him looking strong for Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania. Seth Rollins just won the title, and he's been in more of a face type of role right now. And in theory, he's just been on this new leash of life in his career. So it's like, can he take a loss too? That's kind of how you got to look at it. But this might upset some people. I think if Triple H is really gonna go all in on this reset for Theory, I could see a scenario like this happening. Bobby Lashley is pretty much beating the crap out of Seth Rollins. Austin Theory, like the snake that he is, just comes in and picks up the scraps and pins Seth Rollins 1, 2, 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Yeah, because I did another prediction video earlier on a different podcast on the Real Take Wrestling podcast. Definitely check that out.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that earlier, and I was thinking Seth Rollins is going to retain. I mean, there's no way Seth Rollins is not going to. He's not going to. He's going to be retaining here. But also I do agree. Like with Austin Theory, he has basically, basically he became a kid into a man now. With like him losing the briefcase and like him kind of being more of a man in situations. It's basically a hard reset, like you said.
Yeah.
Because basically when Triple H took control, I mean, it was still like the only reason why Austin Theory had the briefcase was because of Vince McMahon, because he was handpicked by Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think Austin Theory has kind of been like the way his character has kind of been portrayed as of late have kind of been ruined a little bit. You know what they should have done with Austin Theory? They should have had him go cash in on
Braun Breaker for the NXT
Braun
title.
Breaker in NXT. And then you could have brought Braun Breaker up to the main roster. And I thought that would have been a good way for Braun Breaker to lose the title. Like, hey, he lost cheaply, so he didn't lose clean, and then he go to the main roster. And you
That's
can
true.
build Austin Theory's character up more. You can build him up more because he needs some more character development and more
Yeah,
mic skills.
yeah.
But I think that Seth Rollins is going to retain here because that's my boy right there, my
Hey,
idol
I
boy.
agree. I love me some Seth Rollins though.
Because Seth Rollins, he just turned babyface. Um, I, I like Seth Rollins as a heel on the face. I don't care what he is, kind of character he is.
Yeah,
Um, but it's like who's going to take the pin here?
you
I don't
could have
know.
because think about it. How many times has Seth Rollins lost a match and still been overcome out of it? Think of his feud that he had with mm, with Edge. The
Hmm.
matches he had with Cody, even loss after loss, still coming out of it, he was still all over.
Hmm.
And if he was to still take a pin here, he's still going to be over because people love Seth Rollins.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that Rollins is going to retain, but like maybe Austin Theory gets. I don't know. Maybe Austin Theory gets beat up so bad by Bobby Lashley. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out who's going to take the pin. I
I
don't know,
thought,
but Seth Rollins is going to retain. That's all I'm saying. Seth
yeah.
Rollins is retaining. That's my boy.
And then it's crazy because I thought when I first thought about this match, I thought at least we would have seen Mustafa Ali in this match. If Mustafa Ali was in this match, we could instantly say he's taking the pin.
Who knows? Maybe they might do something like during like the pre-show or something. They might say, "Hey, Mustafa Ali is getting added into the match." I mean, who knows?
Yeah, they could do that.
But yeah, we move on to the next match, which we have is oh great. We got
Ooh,
AJ Styles going up against Finn Balor. So we got the OC and then we got the Judgment Day here. We got Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley. They're going to be showing both on double duty on the show tonight or tomorrow
pretty
night.
much.
Um, Tell me, what are your thoughts going into this match here?
I love both of these wrestlers. I feel like this match is probably not going to live up to their TLC match. Remember in 2017,
Oh, that
that
was a
was a
great
great
match.
match. That
Yeah.
was one of my favorite matches
And
of
also,
that
I
year.
was reading something online that AJ Styles hasn't competed like in a singles like match on the pay per view since for like I think it's since been like 3 years, which is crazy.
Exactly.
Like I don't remember when the last show he's competed in like in a singles match because remember he was doing a whole stuff with Omos.
Yeah, that's what they
Um
were doing. He
yeah,
was doing it with
and he
Omos.
wasn't on pay per view for the longest of time. He was away for the longest of time.
He hasn't gotten a
Uh,
win in a long time either.
Yeah, which is crazy. And the OC they lost back at what was it? They lost that Crown Jewel.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised if AJ gets his win back here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his win back. And also the promos that been happening on Raw kept kind of been like weird with like the Judgment Day because like I don't know if like Finn Balor's trying to be like a gangster and like what he's trying to do like with that kind of like do rag he has like over his head like it's all. It reminds me of something from like Saints Row, with all the purple that they got going on. It reminds me something from that, and
It does.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. But my pick for the match is gonna be AJ Styles. What about you?
AJ.
Yeah,
AJ.
AJ needs to win on a pay per view here. He needs it. I wouldn't be surprised if they get made into like a multi-man match. Like there's chaos that's happening around ringside, and maybe they turn it into like a traditional Survivor Series match. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if that happens
They could do that.
because we don't have any traditional Survivor Series matches, which I like to have at least one on here. Because it's Survivor Series. Why not have a traditional Survivor Series match
Pretty much.
to have that tradition? Because it's too late to build a traditional Survivor Series match right now, which I think this would be the closest thing. But I don't think that they would have Rhea Ripley and Mia Yim do double duty in the same
Nah.
night. I don't
No.
think they would have them do that.
No.
But yeah, AJ Styles for the win. And then the next match we have is the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. We got Ronda Rousey defending the title against Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh.
Tell me, how is Shotzi Blackheart going to win the title? How is she going to win?
There is the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know a lot of. There
Or
might be some Shotzi fans in here.
some of my buddies call her Shitsy Blackfart.
Oh, come on.
Because back in NXT, she did some botches and stuff, and like he was never a
And
big
then that
fan
Money
of
in the
her.
Bank. Then that Money in the Bank. What was that even?
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember that one spot she did. That
What?
was
They already spoiled whoever it is. It's already been spoiled.
oh wait, don't oh actually tell me. Just tell me who it is. Who is it?
It's Becky.
Oh yeah, so they're winning. I'm telling you, they're gonna win. Why they have to spoil it now? Like I would have rather waited for like until the show. Waited until they're actually making their entrances.
I, Here's my thing. I just wish that they could have, like I know they want to have the bigger stars, but I feel like matches like these should be about building new stars. Like people who have never gotten opportunities to get over, who've been so close to getting over, but just need that one opportunity. That's what I think matches like War Games should be about. I mean, yeah, you want to solidify your bigger stars that you have on the roster, but when you have women that's on the back who've never gotten opportunities to get over or do anything to even get the crowd invested in them, you have to think about it at like that too.
That's true.
I'm not mad that Becky's in there. Of course, I love Becky, but it's just like you have to think about the other women who haven't got over, who need opportunities too.
He low key wanted Dana Brooke to be there. Like he was like, I want Dana Brooke. He was like,
I mean,
Dana
it
Brooke,
made
that's my
sense.
girl. That's my girl. He's like, I want a Dewdrop to be in the match.
I mean, it made sense because think about it. Dana Brooke has been competing against most of the people that have been in damage control for the last 2-3 weeks.
I mean, that's true. So yeah, most definitely that Bianca's team has to get the win now. I mean, that's most definitely what's going to happen. But yeah, tell me, how is Shotzi going to win this match here?
She's not winning. I'm sorry. I love Shotzi, but it's just not happening. There, I mean, now with pretty much, it might even be Shayna Baszler in her corner. So it's like, and plus with the way they've been setting it up, it seems like they're already talking about their next feud for Ronda, which pretty much is Ronda versus Raquel Gonzalez.
I wouldn't be surprised if they set up, because I think this would be a really big draw. If they have Becky win the Rumble, and they set up between Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch at Mania.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Because back in 2019, that was one of the hottest feuds back in 2019. And who they added in that match, at Mania. They made a triple threat match
With Charlotte.
with Charlotte. So I mean that's classic, WWE booking, like a hottest feud, and then they go like, oh, let's add a third person in there that doesn't need to be added. Like, well, I tell you, WWE, they love their multi-men matches or multi-women matches.
Oh, they sure do.
They love them. I mean, Vince was like, let's have a multi-man match. Let's have a fatal 5-way. It's gonna be amazing.
But they could do like you said earlier. Remember back in 2019, Mia Yim was in there. Dakota Kai was left without a spot in the match. She was overlooked. Then Mia Yim got took out. Then they had to put Dakota Kai in there. And what happened? Dakota Kai got in the match and turned immediately. Maybe something like this happens where one of these other women that we've mentioned, like a Dakota, or not a Dakota, but like a Dana Brooke, she might get slid in at the last minute and then turns.
Yeah, could possibly happen. But yeah, I agree with you about this match here. Ronda Rousey, she's not losing here. I mean, maybe if Liv Morgan was still the SmackDown Women's Champion, maybe Shotzi might have a chance of winning. And
Exactly.
I think this match here is going to be like a proving match for Shotzi to see if she's main event material.
And it's
Main
like,
event material.
where has Liv been? Where has she been?
Like, when's the last time she was on SmackDown? Like, I
I think
remember
she
her
was on there like
climbing up a ladder. I remember her like climbing up a ladder. Maybe that was like around.
She had a fatal 5-way of about 2 weeks ago where Shotzi won to get the spot. But the thing is, I thought this would have probably been the moment we finally had, maybe Liv and Ronda go again because maybe Liv wants a rematch. So,
Mhm.
and maybe this time around, we really can see that new side of Liv Morgan to really show that the last time that they faced for Ronda is facing a new, different woman than she faced the other previous times.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, maybe if Liv was going up against, maybe if Shotzi was going up against Liv, maybe Shotzi might have a chance. And like I said, this is a proven match for Shotzi Blackheart here to see
Oh
if
yeah,
she's main event material. But yeah, there's no way. This is a gaming match right here. Ronda Rousey, she's retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. Like, there's some way she's gonna lose. I'm sorry. Tell all the Shotzi fans. I mean, sometimes I call her shitsy black fart.
oh my god.
um, I don't know. It'd be funny to turn her heel and have her like. To, you know what? You know how Ronda Rousey would have to lose. Okay, have Shotzi come out and this run Ronda Rousey over with her tank. That's what Shotzi needs to start doing. Is running people over with the
No,
tank.
I mean she used to do that in NXT.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
But the
They need to
thing is,
build a bigger tank. They need to build a bigger
the
tank.
thing is, you can't have her go back to being heel because she just turned back being face.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like when you think about her character, she's a much lovable face than she is a heel.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I love me some Shotzi, but it's just not here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same here. But we'll move on to the next match, which we have is
Ooh,
the main event. We got the Bloodline. We got Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and the Usi Juicy himself, Sami Zayn, going up against the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus, Butch, Ridge Holland, and Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. This match is going to be crazy.
the storytelling that they're gonna tell in this match.
I tell you what, okay? I don't want to see Cody take the title off of Roman Reigns. You know who wants to take the title off of Roman Reigns?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn on this story there. It's
The story that
written.
they could have. Just
I want,
imagine if at the Rumble, Sami Zayn wins the Rumble.
oh, baby. That'd be crazy.
I'm gonna mark out. I'm
That'd
just
be
telling you that right
crazy.
now. I'm
Like the
marking out.
story there, like the Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, I like that better than having Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. I like that better. I don't know. It's like Sami Zayn is pure gold every time he gets on the mic and like he cracks everybody up. Even I think he's kind of has a little bit something there with like, is it Jimmy Uso? Yeah, it's Jimmy. No, it's Jay
Jey
Uso.
Uso.
Jay Uso. Like even Jay Uso sometimes like he kind of breaks character and he starts cracking up, which is hilarious.
Pretty much.
Um, but I think that the Brawling Brutes, Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre are going to win here. Because I've been hearing rumors about maybe Roman Reigns' next opponent. Because like there's nothing in between. There's nothing in December, so maybe they set up maybe Roman Reigns and Sheamus. Maybe like they do something in December. Maybe like a big SmackDown. They set up like a WWE Championship match or something like that, like or like Universal Undisputed Championship match, like during sometime in December, because we don't have any pay-per-views that month.
No.
So and Roman Reigns doesn't have to get pinned in this match. Maybe Sami Zayn does something, he screws up, and he ends up costing the Bloodline, and everybody's mad at Sami Zayn. And this is kind of starts to planting the seeds with
The
Sami
downfall
Zayn
of the
getting
bloodline.
the downfall of the bloodline, like him getting kicked out of the bloodline. And who knows, maybe we get Sami Zayn and KO, kind of working together again. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe they take the titles off of the Usos.
I think that could happen. I feel like if you want to do it Sami, I feel like it would be even better to have him face Roman.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I feel like,
Yeah. And also, who I think is going to start this match, I think that maybe Butch and Solo Sikoa are going to start this match. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn start the match.
That's what I was gonna say.
And like start the match, and then like the first like the 5 minutes, they don't do anything. Like they don't even touch each other. Like the whole crowd just pops, and like that would be so entertaining to see that happen. Or maybe even have Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa start. Like a star going up against like someone who's trying to prove himself.
Yeah.
But I think Butch and Solo Sikoa are going to start the match, and like I said, I think the Brawling Brutes are going to win. win here, like like maybe set up Roman Reigns and Sheamus in the future here. But yeah, who do you have winning the match?
I have the Brawling Brutes and Kevin and Drew. Although I will say this, this could happen. I mean, this match is very. They want to make this pay per view big. They're talking about this show is going to be big, monumental. What's more monumental than Kevin Owens pinning Roman Reigns at Survivor Series? Just to say to
That'd be
get
pretty big.
just to say, you can still keep the championship, but guess what? I ended your reign without being of going so many days without being pinned or submitted. I did that. And now at the Royal Rumble, we run it back. We have Kevin and Roman.
That'd be pretty fire.
And then coming out of that, then you could maybe run back. You could do probably at Elimination Chamber or whatever you want to do, maybe. Or if they want to do this on a random SmackDown, you could have Roman and Sheamus.
Yeah, like I said, maybe like here in December, you're gonna have that, because like I said, there's no pay per views, so maybe like a Christmas special of episode of SmackDown, and they have Roman defend the titles against Sheamus, possibly.
Exactly. I
But
think
that
Roman is
that
going to
Kevin
defend.
Owens idea, I would like to see that. You know what I would love to see? Have Sami Zayn beat Roman for the titles in like an elimination chamber match. Yeah, elimination chamber. Like have all five guys in the match just like hit the finisher on Roman Reigns, and then they all lay on top of him to pin him. That'd be a good way to to protect Roman Reigns and stuff.
Or they could do this. They could do like the idea that I said. Maybe going back to what you said when we were talking about the Seth Rollins match. What if Seth Rollins does lose and Triple H just says this? You know what? I'm going to change things up. Roman, you will defend your WWE Championship in at the not elimination, but the Royal Rumble. You will defend it against 29 men. That title will be on the line for the first time since 2016.
Uh-huh.
Seth Rollins wins. He's the WWE champion. He wins the WWE championship, Elimination Chamber. You still have Roman is the Universal champion. But at Elimination Chamber, we have Cody win. And then you have Cody, Seth, WWE championship. And then for the Elimination Chamber, whoever faces Roman, who is it? None other than Sami Zayn.
Yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios that can happen. Like, there's so many different scenarios, which I love that. I love that here with wrestling.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's gonna be awesome here. So yeah, those were all the matches for Survivor Series War Games. I don't know how William Regal always said that. Like I love it. I just love when he always says
it's
that.
iconic for sure.
Iconic. I have to go back and watch some War Games matches now. I do. I gotta go.
I might do that tonight or tomorrow.
Hey, maybe we could watch them together here. I don't know. Well, maybe we might do something here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the whole show here. Now, if this was an AEW show, there'll be like 5-6 matches added on this Rampage tonight alone. It'll be a long show. Like we only got 5 matches on this card, which I don't think there's going to be any more added to the show. But if there are, we'll be talking about them tomorrow on the Flug Zone podcast, which we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow night on the channel there. So stay tuned for that. And Leo, let everybody know where they can check out your channel, how they can stay up to date with you.
Yeah, my channel is Kicking It with Leo. I do wrestling content, horror content, gaming content, pretty much every day of the week. We're on the road to 450. We're at 420 subscribers right now. So help me get to that goal by the end of the year. We're trying to get to 450.
Exactly. Yeah, let's get this man to 450 subscribers. And as well, subscribe to my channel as well. If this is your first time ever checking out my channel, I'm on the road to 550 subscribers. I'm like 403 or something like that right now. So I'm on the road to 550. Also, hit the like button on all my videos. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And some videos that coming up this weekend. So I'll be doing my Survivor Series War Games review later on this weekend for you guys. As well as I got another retro Survivor Series pay-per-view to review. I'll be talking about Survivor Series 1996, which on the main event of that show, we had Sid Justice or Psycho Sid going up against Shawn Michaels, which that was a good match to watch. On that show, we also had Stone Cold Steve Austin going up against Bret Hart in the number one contenders match, which that was another good match. We also had the debut of Rocky Maivia, aka The Rock, known as today Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So Survivor Series 96 was a very fun show to watch. So stay tuned for that. That'll be probably come up tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for that. But without further ado, this is your boy Juggernaut and Leo saying peace out, and we will catch you guys in our next videos. So peace out.